I think it's finally time. We're about to go into Sigma after all the crazy shit that happened, completely inside the game and out. Um, yeah, this feels like just the right time. So, let's go. Let's split up. I'll go in first, then you can slip in while I keep the main defense force busy. Alright. Gotta say, this theme is pretty damn sick. Yeah, I still have the Hadouken. I decided to keep it. I've made a save state, so I don't have to, like, get it every time I put in the password. I will say, though, I won't be using it in this main run here. Excuse me, and there's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, the inconsistency. Though, somehow, I... throughout my testing of the Hadouken, at the very end, as soon as I got in that last episode, I've actually noticed that releasing Y instead of pressing Y after the quarter circle is actually more consistent. It's actually more consistent. Maybe that means I'll like it a bit better. Who knows? These guys make an obnoxious return. Not the turtles. The turtles are not that bad, actually. You just gotta get them with a really close range pink shot, and they're good. Assuming you have the pink shot at this point, because it is possible, obviously, to get here without the pink shot. Things got a little harder when you do that. I will say I won't be using the Hadouken in the main stage for a couple of reasons. One, pretty obviously, I won't be able to hang on to full health all the time. And of course you need to use that. If I try to use it now, it'll work. But if I get hit by this guy any day now, it won't. Second reason, I don't know, it feels a little cheap. Like, I get definitely against the bosses. So, I'm not gonna bother with it a whole lot. These guys are pretty obnoxious. Not to mention, these platforms right here, these are sort of infamous, I've heard, from speedrunners. Apparently, they are, like, the worst offenders when it comes to eating your jump. So, that's gonna be a thing. There are some easy ways of going about this. First of all, I want to show off some of the charged weapons I didn't get a chance to. Normally, this is the... I'll definitely be going over the actual normal weapons eventually. But for now, I want to point out the charged weapons, because they are pretty awesome. There's the energy spark, is it? I don't know. Homing torpedo's pretty good too. Any day now. If you'll manage to work. That's kind of cool. Probably one of the coolest looking ones is the boomerang cutter. Yeah, that's awesome. And finally, the rolling shield from Armored Armadillo. This is actually really useful in this area. This is a shield that does not go away unless it touches an enemy or you die, or touches an enemy that, like, doesn't take away, like, take enough damage to kill from the shield fully. I hope I got that across without it sounded awkward. Too late. Alright, well, no more ditty-daddling, whatever the word is. Dilly-dallying? Yeah. Let's go ahead and actually get through the stage proper. You know, for some reason, I may have mentioned this, or I may have not have, because, like, I actually forget. The actual damage that the pink shot does seems randomly inconsistent. Like, every single particle can hit an enemy, but it could do variable damage in different circumstances. When it comes to normal enemies, the best strategy, if you want to get it in the most damage, you want to get as close to them as possible when releasing the shot. So, yeah, do that. Second of all, I should mention that even though I can get up here now with these platforms, if you actually just manage to go along the right wall here, you can do a bunch of these dashing wall jumps, and you know you can get here from this platform right over here. Do a bunch of dashing wall jumps to get over these slight overhangs in the ceiling that don't allow me to just wall jump straight up. Yeah. You can just keep doing that, and you can get up that way. But it's a bit slower, I find. Actually, I don't really know. I actually have no idea. It's been a while since I've seen a speedrun of this game, so maybe they actually use it. The last weapon, I missed one weapon. The last weapon here, I'm actually going to be using in a little bit here, is the Sting Chameleon, or Chameleon Sting. It's a good name for it. Yeah, you can turn invisible for a short time, go through the enemies. It's a better rolling shield, but for a limited amount of time. And what do we have here? Oh, Vile, you're back. Stay back, X. I'll take him on. Alright, Zero. You know what? You're probably better equipped than I am. But then again, you know, I have gotten a lot more material since the beginning of the game. I've gotten more shit. Look at me. Got all the weapons. Maybe this won't be so bad. That didn't sound good. Oh, shit. X, do what I tell you or he's history. Don't listen to him, X. Go ahead and blast him. Dream on, Zero. X knows he can't defeat me. My armored carrier is more than a match for his ancient weapons. Alright, come on. We gotta get it this time. I mean, come on. We're more powerful. Oh, this shit again. Not again. Come on, man. We're more powerful. Actually, if you even if you throw off a Hadouken, you can't kill him. Like, you could throw as many Hadoukens as you want. He won't die. Even though it kills everything else in one hit, including him without his armor in one hit. Only we can get him out of his armor. This thing is fucking invincible. Come on, dude. If there's anything I think doesn't really fit the whole theme of, like, you know, getting stronger that this game has, it's that you still can't be Vile. And I feel that, like, it would have been a really damn good moment if you could, you know, go to this part of the game, rematch Vile, and suddenly destroy him even in his armor. But that just doesn't happen. Alright. Alright, what are you gonna do? Oh, back to this shit again. Oh. Maybe. But I'm not through yet. Zero, what are you doing? Oh shit, he's initiating a self-destruct sequence. Zero, summon, no! What a worthless jester. I can't believe... I can't be defeated so easily. So, X, it's just you and me now. Vile, you fucking Boba Fett look-alike, you piece of shit. No, well, that's helpful. Kind of convenient. What the... Where did that energy come from? It really doesn't matter how much energy you absorb, X. You're still far too weak. Prepare to be terminated. Just like in that movie. Alright. Here we go. Now, Vile has a tendency of shooting a lot of floor shots. Those are the most interesting, I find. Like, it's a cool attack that, like, spread on the ground. Yeah, these. But he also tends to throw those, like, electric, like, trapping shots, just like he does when he gets you at the end. More obnoxiously, though, he tends to go just slightly off-screen. And if you know anything about old games, if you attack an enemy, but they're just a little off-screen, it doesn't count. They don't take damage. See? There you go. Well, that's one way to go about things. My headphones seem to be on the fritz right now. Either that or they're just really low on battery. Maybe I'll charge them. But looks like Vile's just about down. That's a real satisfying explosion right there. But wait. Zero-sama. X, taking too much damage. Auto repair systems can't handle it. My power's fading fast. You even notice a little, like, either that's oil or blood along his mouth. That's crazy stuff, man. This game was rated E, I think. Your power's greater than I thought. Maybe you could destroy Sigma. Rest in peace, Zero. You were too cool for this world. Now, something I should mention right here. I'll actually mention, like, more about that in the bonus, like, half of this video, where I go through the stage, or some parts of the stage again. But I should bring up that, like, it's pretty obvious that Zero died there. I think my interpretation of that scene is that Zero doesn't exactly die, but, you know, maybe X in, you know, some alternate timeline or some alternate reality of what happens in this stage, X offers to take Zero back to Dr. Kane or to the Maverick Hunter headquarters. And Zero says, wait, no, X, like, this is our one chance to kill Sigma, you have to take it, like, just leave me behind. You can pick me up afterwards. And X sort of agrees to it, but doesn't end up following through, unfortunately, due to obvious reasons. Wait. Oh, shit. This is another interesting thing that this game does. It calls back to the first Mega Man game, where you don't fight the Robot Masters, like, in one room with a bunch of teleporters. You just fight them, like, throughout the stages. So here we have Boomer Quanger. I was about to say Boomerang Quanger. Something that's really helpful with this fight is his weakness is homing Torpedo. It will actually hit him when he's, like, sort of in his mid-teleporting phase, like when he's sort of half-invisible there. But what's really cathartic about this fight is that you could just camp in the corner. Maybe you might take a bit of damage or two, but you can just spam this. It's insane. And you win. Now, I gotta say, I know there was that one Bubble Bat back in Armored Armadillo stage. I think that was more for an Easter egg sake, but you sort of have to wonder why Mets are still around in this series, you know? Like, were they really that much of a good force to be reckoned with? I mean, I guess they're literally invincible if they don't poke their heads out, but they are so damn curious that they will almost always do that. That was a cool sprite. But anyway, Quanger was actually the only Maverick that you refight in this stage. The other ones come in a later stage. And now it's time for the proper stage boss. I'm gonna put its name up because I don't actually remember its name. This is the spider thing. Now, hopefully you can, like, read these kind of spider paths well. I don't really know what these are called. I've just heard a lot of speedrunners refer to them as spider paths, which I guess is kind of fitting if you're playing this game, since that's really what it's being used for. So, as long as you can sort of keep track, in a sense, then that's fine. The only other problem is these babies that it throws out, which, you know, they could get in the way. Just as long as you have a semi-charged shot, you should be okay. A regular shot doesn't actually, like, hit them. It's actually too high up. That's it, though. This boss is pretty simple. The only thing I can mention to it is that, oh, well, its weakness is shotgun ice, if you really need a weakness. But the pink shots do very, very well. I think they do, like, 3 damage. Yeah. Sometimes if you get it close to it, I think sometimes its damage varies, just like the weird pink shot issue that I mentioned. I remember in Mega Man X Hard Type, which was the ROM hack that I brought up back in Storm Eagle's stage, you see, when it's getting low on health here, it starts charging extremely quickly. In that hack, sometimes it would go so fast that it would literally skip over some of these paths. It would literally, like, defy its own, like programming, and will just straight up go, like, down and miss a path. Alright, I'm starting to... I'm just stalling here for time so I can talk about this, but yeah, I don't think it ever gets that fast here. Could be wrong, though. Anyway, it's time to finish this up. And that's it for Sigma 1. This password's kind of arbitrary. It doesn't really take you to the second stage, if I remember correctly. It just takes you to Sigma 1, but with whatever upgrades you may have gotten along the way. There's no actual, like, stuff that you can get inside Sigma stages, so if anything, this would just be to track the amount of, like, health, I think, that you have in your sub-tanks. That might actually be what the password does. I'm not 100% on that, though. Like, this is pretty much the apex of how much I'm gonna do in this game. So, that's it for Sigma 1. But there are a few things that I want to go over in that stage. So, I'll be back. First thing I want to show off is right before this small cutscene with Zero. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hang on this ladder. Then, you know, just press B. I'm not pressing left or right. I'm just, you know, dropping from the ladder. Now I can actually jump through the ladder. It's kind of like the other Mega Man games. You can, like, stand at the top of the ladder, but there's a small, almost pixel-perfect area. It's a little bigger than that, where you can just straight up jump through it from the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wall jump off the side of that ladder, jump over here on the left wall, do a, you know, a dashing wall jump to get to the right side of the wall, and not trigger the cutscene, just go right through the door. And now it's going to attempt to play the line with Zero, and hopefully if I can do this fast enough. Not quite. But anyway, there is a way you could sort of skip like Vile's message here if you're fast enough, and I'm never like fast enough to get that. Speedrunners do it all the time though, of course. Anyway. Any proof of concept, yeah, the Hadouken doesn't kill him. Nothing kills Vile. Quite a bit of build-up to this scene. I actually really do like it. It's a good amount of storytelling. Unfortunately, this is actually the last stage where the storytelling gets really good. Everything else just sort of... The plot just kind of stagnates at this point. Even the ending is, like, not as cool as this one stage. And yeah, that's proof of concept of the Hadouken. That's so damn satisfying. Small note, right after you fight witness Zero's death, if you dash into these springs right here, and just keep holding right, that's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty sick. Oh, are you not satisfied with the Hadoken? Well, time to show it off even more. Oh shit. This could be bad. Okay, I want to wait for him to shoot something at me. No, come on. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. I don't know if it's Hadoken. Oh my god. Okay. Well. I got lucky, I guess. As soon as you throw the pig shot, you actually see a little spark of pink around him. Or like this little like wave. That actually kills enemies too. It's not just for show. That probably is what made me kill those spider babies that were like right above me. Ooh, we got it. Okay. Anyway. So, this is what happens if you go ahead and beat Vile when you don't even have the arm parts. Also, here's that weird cutscene glitch. Fremont Zero. There's Zero's glitchy face on the side. What a worthless jester. Yeah. Oh, even Vile's face is just sticking there. I like it. I like it. I think it's gonna stay there for this fight. Anyway, Vile has a weakness to... I think he has two weaknesses. He seems to be pretty weak to rolling shield. He also has a good weakness to homing torpedo. So really, either one works pretty well for him. Sometimes it even seems to hit him when he's off screen, but like, only barely. Anyway, once this is over with... His face just sticks there, I love it. Okay, once that's over with... You're more powerful than you were before. But Sigma's much more than he appears to be. You're going to need an edge. Take my arm cannon, and your attack power should increase. Good luck, X. We've officially taken Zero's arm parts, and now we have acquired the pink shot. This actually means that even though you can put in a password for the leg capsules and skip them, it is actually impossible to beat the game without these arm parts, because no matter what, every password will take you to Sigma 1. Every Sigma 1 playthrough will have you see Zero there, and therefore if you had the parts already, well, you have them. If you don't have them already, Zero will always give them to you. So, a little bit of trivia right there. Interesting. But, anyway. That's about all I wanted to show off for this stage, and, yeah, I guess we're ready for Sigma 2 in the next episode. So, look out for that. I think the music's even better, and, the boss is more interesting, at least.